Good evening, sports fans. This is Advancing Culture on 11 Sports Network. I'm your host, Owen White. Today, we're covering Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is an African-American Pan-African holiday created in 1966 by Dr. Malana Karenga. The purpose of Kwanzaa is to celebrate family, community, and culture from an African-centered view. It is rooted in the 7 principles known as Nguzo Saba. These 7 principles are celebrated over 7 days. The 7 principles are Umoja, Kushijakalia, Ujima, Ujama, Nia, Kumba, and Imani. At 11 Sports Network, we're covering each principle through the lens of sports. Yesterday's principle was Umoja. Umoja means unity. Today's principle is Kushijakalia. Kushijakalia means self-determination. Sports serves as one of many vehicles for self-determination. When looking at the greatest Muhammad Ali, we see one of the most talked about examples of self-determination. He understood early the moral contradictions in American politics and tossed his Olympic gold medal into the river. His friendship with Malcolm X has been featured recently through documentaries. He was a member of the Nation in Islam and ultimately became a Sunni Muslim. He became the world's only 3-time heavyweight champ and showed no fear in fighting outside the ring. Ali fought in the courts against being drafted to go to the Vietnam War and exiled for years before being allowed to fight again. He fought Parkinson's and did it with courage. A known magician, poet, and humanitarian, Ali serves as an example of self-determination. Ali's boxing legacy is being carried by his grandson, middleweight Nico Ali Walsh. Walsh is 3-0. Also, if we look at the movie King Richard, you will see self-determination through the viewpoint of Richard Williams. Williams, the father of tennis greats, Venus and Serena never gave up on the possibility of greatness for his family. Mrs. Price, their mother, was a force in the city of Compton. Serena and Venus served as inspirations for people of African descent throughout the world. In addition, the creator of the one-legger tracksuit and one-time fastest woman of the world, Florence Griffith Joyner, serves as an excellent example of self-determination. She did it with style, often racing past the competition with 4-inch long flashing fingernails and jewelry. Further, FloJo transformed track and field, winning 3 gold medals in the 1988 Olympics in Seoul, Korea, and a World Championship in 1987 in Rome. Kushijakalia should not be reduced to a word that we say once a year. Kushijakalia has to be embedded in our lifestyle. Understand, in an environment rooted in racism, you will encounter challenges when standing on the principle of self-determination. You will often face backlash by many forces in the world. One athlete that experienced this was Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. Placed in special education classes in the 4th grade, Rauf overcame Tourette syndrome to become 2-time Mississippi Mr. Basketball and LSU standout guard. Before Colin Kaepernick, there was Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. In 1996, as a Denver Nugget, he refused to acknowledge the Star-Spangled Banner before games. He cited the U.S. as a nation of tyranny against underdeveloped countries. He was fined over $31,000 per game until he reached a compromise with the NBA. He would stand but not look at the flag and recite a Muslim prayer while the anthem played. Rauf took a stand in a time of no social media and few black organizations came to his aid. He didn't let that stop him. He continued to play throughout the world in Russia, Greece, Japan, and Saudi Arabia. Rauf overcame a disability and wasn't afraid to fight a political fight. 25 years later, we've made some progress in social justice and sports, but we still have a long way to go. Rauf now plays in the Big Three and serves as co-captain of the Three-Headed Monsters. That concludes our segment on Kushijakalia. Join us tomorrow as we cover the third principle of Kwanzaa Ujima. You've been watching the Kwanzaa edition of Advancing Culture on 1108 Sports Network with Owen White, covering sports through the lens of autism. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.